Ladies, if you're past 60 and notice your complexion, hair, or vitality isn't quite what it once was, please pay attention. Because there exist 4 clandestine nutrients, indeed, just 4, that can help you appear distinctly younger, more refreshed, and more appealing almost immediately. These are not the fashionable items promoted by social media figures. These are substantiated by genuine experience and tangible outcomes. And I will detail precisely my method of using them as well. Stay with me until the conclusion, as the 4th secret substance transformed my existence. And it's the one that most women of a certain age are entirely lacking. Clandestine nutrient number 1, nutrient K2, the line reducer. Allow me to share a brief anecdote. A couple of years back, I found myself standing before my bathroom mirror, engaged in an activity familiar to many mature ladies. Examining, pulling at my skin, exhaling deeply. Does that sensation ring a bell? I've spent the majority of my life grinning, chuckling, living audaciously. Yet, all I perceived were these pronounced creases near my mouth and the developing slackness beneath my chin. I had experimented with all the conventional items. Eye creams, firming lotions, even those adhesive facial lifting strips. They provided a temporary effect, perhaps for an hour, but nothing fundamentally altered my skin's condition long term. I began to ponder, well, perhaps this is simply the natural course. Maybe I ought to just come to terms with it. But then I happened upon something truly captivating. I read about nutrient K2, and initially, I wondered, K2, what in the world is that? Isn't that related to bones? Indeed it is, but it serves many other purposes too. Nutrient K2 performs a vital function in directing calcium within your system. You understand, as we get older, calcium can become somewhat misdirected. Instead of reaching your bones where it's required, it begins to settle in locations it shouldn't, such as your arteries, your joints, and yes, even your skin's tissues. When calcium accumulates in unsuitable areas, it leads to stiffness, diminished circulation, and that lackluster, dry, sagging look on your face and neck. But here lies the wonder of K2. It functions like a tiny traffic director. It instructs calcium, no, darling, not in this spot. Proceed to the bones. And with enhanced blood flow and reduced calcium obstruction, your skin genuinely starts to rejuvenate. I began taking a high-grade K2 supplement each day, specifically the 7 Malawian Kwacha's variant, which is the type your body absorbs most efficiently. And merely a few weeks later, I observed a change. My complexion wasn't just feeling softer, it was showing improvement. The fine lines surrounding my eyes, less noticeable. That taut, swollen sensation in my face upon waking, vanished. My cheeks regained a look of vitality. Now let me be unambiguous. K2 isn't an instantaneous marvel. It's not like getting injections from a bottle, but it addresses the fundamental issue from the inside out. And that's an achievement no costly cream can replicate. I even began receiving small acknowledgments. My child remarked, "You appear well rested, Mom." An acquaintance inquired if I had altered my skincare regimen. No, just a small capsule every morning, alongside breakfast and my tea. And here's the crucial detail. I take it concurrently with nutrient D3, because these two operate like bosom buddies. Nutrient D helps your body take in calcium, and K2 ensures it arrives at its proper destination. Without K2, all the D3 you consume might actually be causing more detriment than benefit. So if you're over 60, contending with dull skin, rigid joints, or simply feeling as though your radiance has faded, do not disregard K2. It's the initial recommendation I offer to every woman I hold dear. It's the subtle, quiet secret that prompts people to observe, "She looks wonderful," but they can't pinpoint the exact reason. Clandestine nutrient number 2, nutrient B7, biotin, the hair restorer. Now let's transition from complexion to an area that impacts the confidence of many of us directly, our hair. Oh my dear, I've had a prolonged association with my hair, and believe me, it hasn't always been harmonious. During my 30s and 40s, my hair was my pride, thick, abundant, occasionally a bit untamed, but it endowed me with a sense of femininity and strength. I could easily style it in an updo or allow it to hang freely, and I simply felt good. But upon reaching my late 50s, a transformation occurred. It commenced gradually. My ponytail seemed less substantial. My scalp became visible in areas previously concealed. Each time I brushed, I witnessed numerous strands detaching, like tiny reminders of advancing age. And nothing quite diminishes self-worth like thinning hair for a woman. It transcends mere appearance. It pertains to identity. I attempted everything. Volumizing shampoos, oils, hair treatments, scalp stimulation, yet nothing yielded significant results. Then, during an unplanned visit to my neighborhood health food store, I happened to hear two women discussing biotin. Now, I recognized the term, but I lacked real knowledge about it. It emerged that biotin is nutrient B7, a member of the B-complex group, playing an essential part in reinforcing hair, skin, and nails. More significantly, as we mature, our systems absorb less of it from dietary sources, and factors like stress, certain medicines, and even menopause can lead to shortages. So I reasoned, why not? And picked up a bottle. 5,000 micrograms daily. That was my starting dose, and permit me to state, impressive. I didn't perceive any immediate effect, but approximately 3 to 4 weeks later, my hair felt altered. It wasn't shedding as profusely in the shower. It regained a natural luster. I ran my fingers through it and mused, welcome back, old companion. Even my nails, those delicate, splitting things I typically concealed, began to grow lengthy and robust once more. And my complexion? It possessed this moist smoothness, as if I had achieved a full night's rest, even on occasions when I hadn't. Now, here is something important to understand. Not every biotin product is identical. Some inexpensive drugstore options exhibit poor absorption. Seek out a quality supplement and maintain consistency. Consume it daily, ideally with a meal. I've also discovered that combining it with collagen yields even superior outcomes, but we shall address that in the fourth section. Nowadays, upon entering a room, I no longer fret about whether my scalp is visible. I don't nervously adjust my fringe to cover a sparse area. I let my hair drape naturally, and frankly, feels incredibly freeing. You are entitled to appreciate your reflection once again. And biotin? It represents one of the most straightforward yet potent measures to achieve that. Clandestine nutrient number 3, astaxanthin, the crimson free radical fighter of youth. Now prepare yourself, because this particular item might just be the most valuable hidden gem I've ever encountered, and scarcely anyone I converse with has even been aware of it. It's named astaxanthin. Quite a mouthful, I concede. It's spelled astaxanthin. It required a full week for me just to commit the pronunciation to memory correctly. But do not let the name deter you. This minuscule nutrient acts akin to a superpowered protective shield for your system, particularly for your skin and eyes. Allow me to illustrate. I embarked on a sea voyage with a relative a few summers ago. Just the two of us ladies, basking in the sunlight, sipping wine, and reminiscing about our adventurous younger days. She has consistently been the sun devotee in our family, tanned, radiant, and bronzed. Conversely, I've perpetually been the one applying SPF 50 liberally and seeking refuge beneath a hat. But here is what astounded me. Partway through the journey, she began acquiring that weathered, sunburnt appearance, whereas I, having recently commenced taking astaxanthin, seemed to improve daily. My skin wasn't flushed. It wasn't irregular in color. It possessed this gentle, uniform tone, almost as if shielded internally. And imagine what? That is precisely the effect of astaxanthin. It is a potent free radical fighter present in specific microalgae and wild salmon. Yes, that lovely pink hue in salmon? That's astaxanthin performing its wonders. It possesses the capability to counteract free radicals, particularly those generated by sun exposure and the aging process. It aids in averting oxidative stress, the type that degrades collagen, induces age spots, and causes your skin to lose firmness and develop lines. Indeed, research indicates it is up to 6,000 times more potent than vitamin C, 800 times more potent than CoQ10, and 550 times more potent than vitamin E in combating free radicals. I have been consuming 12 milligrams of astaxanthin every morning with my breakfast for the past year. And let me assure you, I have never received more praise for my luminous complexion. But its benefits extend beyond mere appearance. It has also assisted with my ocular health, joint inflexibility, and even cognitive sharpness. It feels like bestowing upon your entire body a daily restorative treatment from within. Oh, and an additional point. I observed an enhancement in my stamina as well. I previously became breathless merely ascending the incline to my mailbox. But after several months using astaxanthin, I felt more vigorous, more resilient. As if my body momentarily paused its aging and declared, "Very well, let us proceed." Now here is my advice from me to you. Always purchase natural astaxanthin, not the synthetic variety. Verify its origin from Haematococcus pluvialis algae, that represents the most effective form, and consume it with a small amount of fat, such as avocado or eggs, to facilitate better absorption by your body. I often refer to this as my elixir of youth in a capsule. It imparts that understated radiance, you understand, the kind that leads people to suspect you are aging in reverse. Clandestine nutrient number 4, collagen plus vitamin C, the plumping power duo. Very well. Now this final component isn't solely a nutrient, it's a combination. A formidable pair that, when consumed together, can alter the appearance, texture, and even mobility of your skin. Let us discuss collagen and vitamin C. Now I anticipate your thoughts. Collagen? I've encountered that countless times. And indeed, it's ubiquitous. In periodicals, advertisements, the powders available at the grocery store. But here is the crucial detail nobody discloses. Collagen by itself will yield minimal results unless you are concurrently taking vitamin C. The reason? Because vitamin C is the substance your body utilizes to actually construct collagen. Without adequate vitamin C, your system cannot effectively synthesize or assimilate collagen, irrespective of the quantity you ingest. Allow me to recount a personal experience. Approximately 1 year ago, I was preparing for a family nuptial celebration. One of those large gatherings where all the extended family and past acquaintances appear. You are familiar with the sort. I was already supplementing with collagen, but hadn't truly perceived any transformations. My complexion remained somewhat lackluster. My neck retained that droopy appearance, and my hands were beginning to betray every single year of my age. Then, impulsively, I began incorporating 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C in the mornings alongside my collagen. My motivation wasn't even aesthetic. I presumed it might bolster my immune function. But within 3 weeks, something shifted. My skin started feeling more resilient. That's the sole term I can employ to characterize it. My cheeks appeared less sunken. My neck was smoother. My hands seemed less aged. Even my joints began to articulate with less clicking. By the occasion of the wedding, 3 separate individuals remarked to me, "You look fantastic. What have you been doing?" And one of those individuals was an old flame from 30 years prior. So you can appreciate the satisfaction derived from that. The genuine enchantment occurs when utilizing the appropriate type of collagen as well. I advocate for hydrolyzed collagen peptides, ideally types 1 and 3, beneficial for skin and bones. You can incorporate the powder into your coffee, smoothie, or even your morning cereal. And do not be frugal with the vitamin C. I currently employ a liposomal form, which boasts superior absorption and doesn't cause gastrointestinal discomfort like the tablets previously did. Collectively, collagen and vitamin C resemble building blocks and adhesive. Collagen represents the construction substance, and vitamin C acts as the implement facilitating its assembly. I consistently maintain that if your objective is to enhance skin volume, diminish expression lines, and restore that youthful suppleness, this is the combination you should cherish indefinitely. As an added benefit, they contribute to the strength of your bones, joints, and even gums.